And this is part 3 of diving in Indonesia. So, first up, we got a Featherstar crawling along some piece of coral, which you do not get to see very often at all. Usually they always just sit in place and just wave their arms around a little bit, and that's all they really do. But this one decided to crawl. Actually, this is sped up footage, by the way. And then this one here is actually waving its arms around a little bit. I'm guessing it's to get rid of all of that white stuff that's on them. This one here accidentally caught a ride with one of us on our neoprene wetsuits. They are very sticky to the neoprene wetsuits, so when we peel them off, we try to be very careful, but there's always something that breaks off from them, unfortunately. And this one is really tiny, and you can compare the size with the ones in the background. And these ones are sea stars, sand sifting sea stars, as they are called in English. I think this was the breeding season because everything and every one of these starfishes or sea stars, they were crawling on top of each other all the time. You can see this footage here. Oh, sorry, that's a photo. Oh, and I decided to turn one over to see what it would do. And apparently it just folds its arms around and flips over like that. Well, there you have it. That's not animal cruelty at all. Like, it happens underwater. It's just... And then we got other sea stars. We got one that's tiled. We got some of these ones that are called Linkia sea stars, but they're not called anything particularly. They got many different colors: blue, red, white. They got multiple arms. Then we got the chocolate chip sea stars. I was almost gonna say cookie there, but you know, old habits die hard. These ones, do not be afraid of stepping on them. They might as well be made of steel. They are literally hard as rock. Oh, sorry, I just try to stabilize the footage a bit here because it was sped up footage. They're very flexible, as you can see. This one has bent its arm all the way over to climb over this rock. This is 4 times sped up, by the way. They are so slow, but very flexible. This one's got 4 arms. This one's got 7 arms. And if you try to pick it up and bend one of its arms or do something with it, it's like it's not moving at all. This one's been eaten by something. We also have other sea stars. This nail-armed sea star. I believe it's got its name from looking like a baseball bat with nails on it, basically. But this one is huge. It was just massive. You can see here how I zoom out a bit, how it's literally a meter long. We got brittle stars as well. They really do not like the light. So you can see here how it's just hiding away in this light. Trying to get away as fast as possible because, you know, thinks it's daylight, and I may actually have scared it a little bit or something, but they just move this fast. They do. I've seen it multiple times. And then we have this thing, the crown of thorns. It is very pretty, but in many parts of the world, it's actually an invasive species. However, here, as you can see when I turn on the lights, you can actually really start to see the colors of it. Very pretty. And then we got so many cushion sea stars. I literally just took a photo of every single one I came across because there's so many different ones. So we can see it went all the way from black to orange to kind of yellow, all the way to green. We got Granular sea star. Oh, hold on, what is that? That's a crab. That's a crab under that rock eating the sea star. No way. Well, survival of the fittest, as they say. So how often do you get to see that? Other crabs. A box crab. It's called the box crab, I guess, because, you know, it can box itself up like that. And then we got a smooth box crab. Ooh, smooth. To be fair, it is a little smoother than the other one. But either way, crabs don't really like sunlight. If they stay out during the day, they might end up like this. So yeah, best to hide away. And now we got this big thing, which is a sponge crab, apparently. huge sponge crab that we saw. It's the only one I ever saw in Indonesia. Most sponge crabs, they actually carry camouflage, unlike that other one. See, this one is growing a piece of sponge on its back, which, you know, makes it true to its name. It's just a lot easier to hide. And then I saw this here, and it's like a sponge growing on top of fire coral. That is a bit strange. I wonder if there's a crab underneath there, because we have seen a lot of crabs. And then sure enough, this is a hollow sponge, and there's a crab living in there. Very hard to see. We got decorator crabs. No idea what species they are, because, you know, they're decorator crabs. You really have to take all of the decoration off of them to figure out what species they are. And we're not going to do that. This footage here, you can barely see it, but it's that brown thing right in the middle. We got hermit crabs as well. They like to carry shells. Well, they don't like this. It's a house, right? It's a house. This one is growing, what is it, anemones and corals and all kinds of stuff on its shell, which is pretty cool looking. You don't see that very often. The lobster, spiny lobster. This one here I tried to get close-up footage of, but the feelers found my camera and it was just gone. We found some slipper lobsters once in a while. They kind of look alien, to be honest, with their eyes looking like that. But not very often you see them. Slipper lobsters again as footage. Then we get into the really hard shellfish, snails. What is this here? Bullmouth snail? I thought this was so cool, but my other dive buddy, he was like, "What are you filming?" "Oh my god, it's just a snail, let's get going," he said. Well, he said that after the dive. But I just thought it was the coolest snail ever. Then we got a volute snail. And this one actually was feeding on something, is it? I believe it was. We had one of our other divers here with a proper flash, and look at that. It's actually completely engulfing that other snail that was there. Again, survival of the fittest. You're too slow. And this volute snail has got you back, but not in the good way. So yeah, a nice little meal for that. I think there is a footage here. That's what it was eating, a Cowrie Tiger. Or tiger carry, or whatever it's called. This one is a common egg carry. Oh, footage. And they're very nice and pretty. We got some conches. This one is obviously dead, I think. This one is probably dead as well. Oyster, wing thing. Giant clams and fronds and oysters. This one here is alive. A Thorny oyster. And this is with its mouth open. Nice and blue and yellow inside. This one is even more open. But you gotta be careful. If you waft the water around too much, they get scared a little bit and they can close again. Here we got another Thorny oyster. But this one is really thorny. This one's been eaten. What is that? It's a disco clam. That was amazing. It only did that when I put the light on it. It didn't do it in the dark. It was insane. And then obviously giant clams. How can you not mention those? They are in the name giant clams, but they are very pretty, and you can see they are giant. I actually made a video on these about how they release eggs and sperms and the life cycle and all that kind of stuff for my marine biology. Not exam, what was it? It's like a classroom lecture or something. And at the very end, we got some small conches here. I thought it wasn't that interesting to watch, but I just thought it was pretty cool how they go like 1 foot at a time, because they only have 1 foot. But yeah, that's basically the end of the video. And I will see you in video number 4.